Hi guys, it's Emily, and today I'm here to bring you my first ever book tag on BookTube. I've been tagged by Elizabeth from Wizzy Faye Loves Books in a few tags, and so I've decided that I'm gonna finally do them. And today I'm starting with the fall book tag, and this was originated by Sam at Sam's Nonsense, and then of course Elizabeth tagged me in it, so I'm gonna link both of them down below, so check them both out. And let's just get right into it. I'm really excited to do the fall book tag because it's finally like cooler weather in Texas, so it's actually appropriate to say that it's really fall. So I'm really excited. The, the first prompt is crunching leaves. The world is full of colors. Choose a book cover that has reds, oranges, or yellows on the cover. And for this book, I picked my copy of The Thornbirds by Colleen McCullough, and I just think it's got this really lovely orange color, orangey brown, and it just makes me think of fall whenever I pick it up. And I see it on my bookshelf all the time, and I'm always like, oh, look at that lovely orange book. So yeah, this really, and I especially like the really bright orange in the center. I don't know if the rest of the book used to be that color, or if it's just some kind of weird, like if it's supposed to be the sun or something. But anyway, I really enjoy looking at this beautiful orange cover. The next prompt is cozy sweater. It's finally cold enough to don warm, cozy clothing. What book gives you the warm fuzzies? And for this book, I picked The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. I'm actually trying to read the Narnia series before the end of the year, and I had read this previously as a kid, this book, but I haven't read the rest of the series, and so I just recently, in the late October, finished reading this book, and I really enjoyed it, and it's so cute. Of course, it's more appropriate for like Christmas than fall, but it still gives you the warm fuzzies because it's got a nice relationship between the siblings, and then the Aslan figure is very kind and loving to the children, and they get in touch with all these furry animals, and it's sort of also about like the power of love overcoming evil, which is also a warm, fuzzy feeling kind of topic. So I really enjoyed rereading this book, and I'm looking forward to reading the rest of the series. The next prompt is stormy day, or fall storm. The wind is howling and the rain is pounding. Choose your favorite book or genre that you like to read on a rainy day. And for this book, I picked The Tales of Beetle the Bard, which is the like Harry Potter companion book. And the reason I picked this is because last summer we had an event, a summer storm, where our power went out for 2 hours, and my parents were actually out of town. So I was home alone with my kitty, and I decided to pick this up, and I hadn't read this book. I'd had it on my shelf for a while, and I had never picked it up. And so I got my flashlight, and I started reading this. And even though it was summer, I now associate this book with, like, the power going out and, being in the dark with having your flashlight. And I don't know why, it's such a small book that, like, by the time you finish it, usually your powers come back on, and it's, got really cute story. And it's sort of like Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, where it gives you the warm fuzzies inside. So I really enjoyed reading this book when it's stormy. The next prompt is cool, crisp air. What's the coolest character you'd want to trade places with? And for this one, the thing that immediately came to mind was Celia from The Night Circus by Aaron Morgenstern. I read this on audiobook, and I really loved it. So when I checked this out for the tag, and it's actually a really beautiful cover. And when this cover's in the sun, you sort of see rainbows, and it's really pretty. And I just love Celia. I think she's so cool. She's got magic powers, and she gets to run around in this crazy cool circus every night and perform magic tricks. And she falls in love with the rival, and I don't know, I just think it's a really adorable story. and I really would love to be in the night circus world for a night or two, just to experience everything that's around and to see what it's like to have magical powers. And this is a great book for fall because it's sort of dark tones and, reds and blacks and whites and, very, very cooler weather kind of reading, I would say. The next prompt is Apple Cider. What underhyped book do you want to see become the next biggest, hottest thing? And for this, I chose the Henrietta series by Joyce Denny's, or really it's a duology, the Henrietta duology, and that is Henrietta's War, and then Henrietta Sees It Through. And these are both about Henrietta Brown, and she's a woman living in England during World War II, and it's about their letters that she writes to a friend of hers that's on the front, and she talks about her town and all the really interesting, colorful characters that live in her town and the crazy things they do to support the war effort, and like how they get around being deprived of their favorite things at Christmas and, things like that. And it's just a really cute little duology. They're both really small books, and, they don't take very long to read at all. And I first read them in January, and they're such a great little book to read if you have to stay inside or even if you want to read outside. And I just really love these two little books, and I definitely wish I would see more of them on YouTube. They're kind of older. They were both published in the early 1990s, so, they're not being shown around in bookstores or anything, but they're just so adorable, and I really encourage you to pick them up if you're looking for a cute little read this fall. The next book prompt is Scarves and Mittens. The weather has turned cold and it's time to cover up. What's the most embarrassing book cover that you own that you like to keep hidden in public? And for this, I'm choosing Raising Hell by Sharon L. Baker. This is on my TBR for November, nonfiction November. And, it's just got the word hell in such bright and big letters, and it's got these flames. And I chose this book for the controversial prompt, partly because of its cover, because it's like, I feel like you can get into some very hardcore discussion for people if you went out with this book in public, and I'm definitely planning to just sit at home and read it. And, it is fall, it is November, so I thought it was a pretty good book for this prompt. I don't really know anything about it yet because I haven't read it, but I'm looking forward to starting it and seeing if the cover is the controversial / embarrassing cover is lives up to the expectations of the book. The next prompt is pumpkin spice. What's your favorite fall time comfort food / foods? Now for this, I have to say pumpkin pie. My mom always buys pumpkin pies when October rolls around, and I adore them, and we always have them at Christmas. And there's a lot of foods I like to eat in the fall, but I sort of associate them with Christmas as well as Thanksgiving, like green bean casserole or turkey or stuffing. So I wouldn't necessarily claim either of those as fall foods, but I really, really enjoy pumpkin pie, especially with whipped cream on the top. The last prompt is warm, cozy bonfire. Spread the cozy warmth. Who do you tag? And for this, I just tag anybody that wants to do the prompt. If you feel like doing it, I highly encourage you to do so. You got all the rest of November, and you really got till December 21st, because that's when fall technically ends. But yeah, so thank you for watching my tag. Thanks to Elizabeth for tagging me, and I'll be back with another tag soon. I hope y'all have a great day. Bye, y'all.